like everybody around me is boxing. I come from a fighting family.
Okay.
Hold up. So I just brought my YouTube family back in 1 second. Listen. So I just showed y'all the Kenyan runners. And I showed y'all that the Kenyan runners have 4 basic principles that set them apart. And now I'm bringing it to the United States of America, and I'm showing you that the taxation without representation system that has been heaped on us, they're trying to figure out how we still can produce champions. That's because our Creator created superhuman endurance athletes running a race to replenish His image. This is an image economy. And when you invest in replenishing His image, this is the fruits that come from it. But when you take the detour and you chase the carrots of the taxation without representation economy, you chase them carrots, that's when you end up in bondage and subjugation. So now here go Floyd applying those 4 principles. Train at a higher elevation. Motivation. The motivation for the Kenyans was the environment. They make $2,000 a year annually. But if they win the Boston Marathon, they may win $55,000. It ain't even no question what I'm going to do. I'm getting up at 4 a.m. and I'm running. I've been running since I was 6 years old, to and from school, 15 miles a day, 30 miles there and back. That's a marathon every day. That's motivation. But then the training that they put in, and then it said the diet. These are the 4 things that we gotta apply. He said, guard the avenues of your soul. What you consuming? Dave said, I will not defile myself. With the king, diet is supreme in the Father's Wish New Deal. And this is an American example that no matter what situation we find ourselves in, if we apply these principles, we get up daily, we train. We go up and meet Him on a higher elevation. Higher than man's human thoughts is God's ideal for His children. Come, let us reason together. That's the higher elevation. If we go up higher, we train daily, practice. You have to practice the fundamentals, the basics. Week in, week out. That's why He gave us tithe. That's why He gave us the Sabbath. Week in, week out. Practice putting in the time with me. Week in, week out. Don't miss a week. Practice. It's for your benefit. Y'all ready? All right, so y'all caught back up. Now this Floyd Money Mayweather. And understand the concept that I'm saying is this is the ITB hip hop, rich dad, poor dad. ITB hip hop is all around the spoken word of a creator who said, I'm going to make man in our image, and He did it through the spoken word. Let there be light. He did it through His spoken word, and He breathed into Adam's nostrils the breath of life, and He commanded, receive the Holy Ghost. Spoken word. That's an MC, a master of creation. He created life through spoken word. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word spoken out of the mouth of the Creator. MC. Rich dad. He is our rich dad. Call no man on earth your father, because you have one Father which is in heaven. That's what this is. And his daddy and his uncle, despite the situation, did for their son the same thing that the father did for his son. When his son came down, On day one, he in the hood in Nazareth, lying in the manger. Father sent his son gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I'm gonna invest in you, boy, so you can practice, so you can run this race. I ain't gonna leave you out here destitute. His father and his uncle invested in him. It don't matter if Caesar don't invest in us. It don't matter if they flood our cities with drugs. It don't matter what they do. If we tap into this ITB hip hop, rich dad, poor dad story of dominion. Father, speak life into your children. Sow the seed of life into your children. Plant that seed and then go harvest the fruit. They gonna tell the story. Now Floyd is testifying. He's testifying that this system still works. Floyd giving testimony. Now I'm coming challenging y'all. I've been giving this to my kids for 20 years. Apply the same routine, the same everything that we do. We get full unfettered access to our whole daily routine. Every resource we got, we share with those who come and take our challenge. Come, let's get ITB fit. Let's get ITB fit. Let's get in the beginning fit challenge. It's a 90-day challenge where we challenge people to eat what we eat, to rest when we rest, to do road work when we do road work. You see, y'all still got the vest on. To conduct business how we conduct business. To invest how we invest. To meet needs how we meet for 90 days. Just take a 90-day challenge. And then you can make a commitment afterwards if you want to continue or not. We just 90 days. Let's take 90 days and see what our communities look like if 100 of us, 200 of us, 300 of us, 1,000 of us, 2,000, 4,000, 10,000 across the country take a 90-day challenge. And then after the fruit come from the 90-day challenge, and we double back down and say, you know what? We're going to take the Father's Wish New Deal. Let's make a deal. Let's make the Father's Wish New Deal for 5 years. Let's do the 5-year business plan in finances, in health and wellness, in spirituality, and in our relationships, husband and wife, and children, and in our home. Let's make the Father's Wish New Deal sovereign currency exchange, trade. Let's trade Caesar's economy for the Father's Wish New Deal economy for 5 years. Let's see what harvest come in. We going city to city to city, just trying to find some people who want to take the 90-day challenge and the 5-year Father's Wish New Deal challenge. I dare you. I already know what my kids' life going to look like, the harvest they're going to bring in over the next 5 years. I just want the same harvest to come in your house. Why? So we could break the back of Caesar. So we could break the back of Caesar and we could shine and all could lift up our fruit at the same time to glorify our Father. Floyd is glorifying. He defying Grand Rapids. He defying what they did in Grand Rapids. He defying the European Union's taxation without representation American dream. He's defying it. And we defy it daily too. We just trying to take it to an industrial level. We don't want to see one here, one there. We want to see an industrial ownership declaration of independence movement.
Family barbecues, they know what it is. It's dancing and boxing.
We have practice cookouts and stuff like that. And if we didn't have any boxing gloves around, we'd even go into the closet and find mittens and gloves and stuff like that to use them as boxing gloves.
Before they turned professional, Floyd Sr. and Roger made their names as street fighters in their hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan. with older brother Floyd the most feared figure on the city's southeast side.
They used to be in the street boxing, and Floyd used to put everybody. He used to put everybody. Sometimes he had them bleeding, and he was just crazy. And sometimes I had to tell him, stop, don't be doing that to those people.
Floyd Sr.'s career was derailed after a shooting left him with a hole in his leg. His focus quickly shifted to making a champion out of his infant son.
Oh my God. He loved that boy to death. He would take him in the stroller. And then when he got a little older, about a year old, then he'd hold him up and hit the bag. He brings him on his leg. That's all he knows. All the Floyd knows is boxing, man. There's no accident that look Floyd as good as he is. He's my son, and I'm his father.
Father coached and son obeyed, rising quickly through the amateur ranks.
First, I want to thank the good men upstairs for giving me this opportunity to win the national championship. And second of all, I want to thank my father.
He's the best in the Midwest. I must confess, for all the rest is no contest.
Floyd Jr. would win 3 national amateur titles. Success, though, didn't come easily.
My dad was real hard on me, I couldn't make no mistakes. If I make a mistake, my dad, kind of, cuss me out, slap me, check me, chastise me, put me in my place. No pain, no gain. See, that's something that I installed in him. Whether he said it or not, it's something that I installed in him.
He really never had a chance to be a kid like us because his daddy expected so much from him. He couldn't play basketball because he might go up for a jumper and come down wrong on the knee. He never got to eat candy. He just missed out on so much. What the public see right now from Floyd is him being that child that he never really got to be.
I've heard so many people say that they'll treat you like you in a boot camp. You know what? Look at him today.
Night falls in Las Vegas, but Mayweather's day is far from over. Most boxers adhere to a strict workout schedule. Floyd, though, is uninterested in convention. He works out up to 4 times daily. The only thing routine about his regimen is its unpredictability.
I train every day. I train every day. Hard. I train at awkward times. Get all these feeling how I feel. I never get tired. Never get tired. Last night, you brought 2 orange juices and a rockstar. I had to stay up to drive home. I was falling asleep. I was doing like 110 coming back. Well, you shouldn't drink rockstar. Drink, what's the other one? Red Bull. Drink Red Bull. Crump juice. I don't know what crump juice is. Drink whatever. Time if Rockstar give me some money, you drink Rockstar.
He is giving us some money.
Rockstars? Drink Rockstar, not Red Bull. Red Bull.
$50, you can get there for like $15. You know what I'm saying? So she just won't do it that way. But you gotta get there at 8 o'clock.
What is loyalty to me? Loyalty.
You got that?
And I asked him, what were you passionate about? And he said boxing. So when he
Andre Ward was the last American man to win an Olympic gold medal in boxing 12 years ago. But there is an American boxer headed toward the Rio Olympics this summer in a quest for a 2nd consecutive gold medal. And because her origins are emblematic of boxing's history of urban redemption in America, she may be just the right spark to rekindle interest in women's boxing here. Melissa Stark introduces us to Claressa Shields.
Looking out at the bright lights of New York City offers 21-year-old Clarissa Shields a chance to reflect on just how far her life's journey has taken her. It's a story that has its roots in a city that's become a symbol of urban decay, Flint, Michigan. The jobs left this once vibrant city long ago, and a water contamination scandal continues to get national headlines. It's a hard-scrabble existence for its residents, one of whom is Clarissa Shields. You're from Flint, Michigan.
Yes.
What was it like growing up there?
I think my life, if I had to describe it from, 5 till 13, I said my life was pretty dark, and I dealt with being abused as a child growing up. My mom was an alcoholic when I was growing up.
What was the darkest part for you when you look back on it?
The darkest part for me growing up was, one, when I was raped when I was 5, and then also just the poverty of it, having to go without meals. I'm the second oldest, and I've always been like the big sister. I always have to take care of my little brother and my little sister, and I've always been like their protector and their provider, and I was always the one who went without, so they went with.
The nightmare of Clarissa's childhood included grinding poverty, repeated sexual abuse, and no dependable parental guidance. She didn't speak until age 5. She couldn't rely on her mother, and her father was in prison. It was only upon his release, when Clarissa was 9, that a path to a better life began to take shape.
I just remember one day he was saying, if he would have stuck to what he was passionate about, he would have never went to prison, and his life would be in a better situation. And I asked him, what were you passionate about? And he said, boxing. So when he told me this story, I thought he was telling me, I want you to box. That's what I thought he wanted me to take after him.
At age 11, Clarissa joined a boxing program at Flint's historic Burston Fieldhouse, and under the guidance of former coach Jason Crutchfield, began to write a new story that would lead her to possibilities and successes this child of Flint couldn't imagine. Did you see this as a way to change your lifestyle or your family's lifestyle?
Not at a young age, I didn't. I just did boxing because I liked it, and I seen that I could beat people up, and I was good at boxing. I was like, I think I'm gonna stick to this. Yeah. And I just got better and better. But my goal of actually winning the Olympics and taking care of my family started at the age of 13. So that's when we found out that boxing would be in the Olympics 2012 for the first time for the women.
At just 17 years old, Clarissa's dream became reality when she qualified for the debut of women's boxing at the 2012 Olympic Games in London.
I went to the Olympics, and every fight, I got better every fight, and I showed my class and my skill, my fierceness and everything.
After 3 victories, Clarissa made history and became the first American woman to win a gold medal in boxing. What was it like putting that medal around your neck?
I've never had a dream about being on a podium. I've always had a dream about, getting my hand raised and winning the Olympics. But to actually have the gold put around my neck, it was amazing. And to actually be like the first woman to do it, it just meant the world to me.
Returning home with the medal around her neck, Clarissa became a symbol of hope for a fractured city. She rebuffed multiple offers to turn pro and instead decided to remain amateur and pursue history. She will once again represent the United States in the upcoming Olympic Games, where she has a chance to become the first American boxer, man or woman, to win back-to-back gold medals. When you look back at everything you went through,
understand what we're saying. What we're saying is despite capitalizing on dehumanization economically, understand that is the business economy that they created dating back to Babylon. It's established in stone. You go to the internet and type in the Hammurabi codes. It is the establishment of commerce, where the Babylonians started invading They started empire. They were the first to empire build. Like 10 different kingdoms, invading lands of people who had legacies of inheritance, and their land was established and carved out by their fathers and forefathers, dating all the way back to Noah, getting the blessings from God himself, coming out of the ark, and God saying, listen, I'll bless you, your son your son Japheth, your oldest, your middle son Shem, your baby Ham, and their wives, and I give you these lands. And then they had sons, and those sons of those 3 couples established the present day 7 continents of the globe. And these Hammurabi codes were the first laws written in defiance, the first revolutionary laws, the first war, the first invasion. They enabled the very first invasion. So the societies that you have today have been built on that. And it is directly opposed to the greatness and the legacy and the inheritance that our Creator has given us. And he said, even though that they try to defy me and say that they gonna subjugate my children, abuse my daughters at 5. How you sexually assaulting a baby girl at 5 years old? How you sexually assaulting a baby girl at 5 years old? The same way it happens all in all our hoods. Her mom was a drug addict. No parental guidance. Her pops was in prison. This is the man-made disaster that I told you we've dedicated our families' lives to reversing. These are the man-made disasters I'm talking about. And I'm showing you that if you continue to run his race with the abilities that he's given you, but instead of accepting taxation without representation from the European Union countries who want to make colonialism and imperialism everlasting, all you got to do is declare ownership by doing 4 things daily. Take your game up to a higher elevation. Take your training and your practice and your dedication based off of the faith of the vision that your fathers and your families invest in you. She from Flint, Michigan. He from Grand Rapids, Michigan. My wife from Chicago. We talking about the same life. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. We talking about the same life. And if they can use these God-given abilities to use them as a launch pad, all we doing is we taking and we connecting the dots and we seeing common denominators. But then we showing you, we applying the same principles, the same 4 principles to business. These is individuals that we run with. Listen, man, this is a book club. We not about to establish the richest man in Babylon. That's what the Hammurabi codes were built on. We about to establish the richest men and women in Salem. We under Salem's authority, USA. Salem is the king of the kings, the king of the kings' kingdom, Salem. USA, under Salem's authority, the richest men and women in Salem. You're about to be the living witness, yo. Floyd is the blueprint. If y'all want to get up with us daily, y'all want to grind with us daily. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. With the finances. This is what it takes. With the health and wellness. This is what it takes. With the spiritual transformation. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is what it takes. It's all it takes. A little bit of work. With the faith in this vision that I'm rolling out. And it don't matter how much they come and try and attach themselves as a parasite to this. This is the first step. This right here, this is the first step, the workout. The faith and the workout. This is only half. The second half is taking a dive and having the water of life applied. That's when you get to this spiritual transformation that we're talking about. But see, once you establish the habit, that's why we do a 90-day. Let's get ITB fit. Once you do 90 days with us, and we do the 90 days focusing on the financial, and you see results. Then you do a 90-day fit with us, focusing on the physical and the health and wellness and the skill development to empower you economically. That's 6 months in. After the fruit that you're going to see, after just 6 months, I guarantee you're going to go all the way and complete the whole year with us. And you're going to go through the 90 days with the spiritual. Let's get ITB fit with the mental transformation. That's the next level. That's the taking a dive. And then the final 90 days is taking the lead. He said, be the head, not the tail. Take the lead. This is just the first half. His daddy and his uncle, when they sowed the seed in the belief that he could do it, that's the first. And the first thing that the father said, I wish above all things that thou may prosper. They sowed the seed of the vision in him, and what did their son do? He prospered. What did the Creator say? I have heard the cries of my children. Go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Set them free. Get them free first, then come worship. The first step is getting free. Economically and physically. The physical body is the temple. You got to get free. Tell them to he been telling me since 2015, go tell Caesar to let my people go. No more taxation without representation. Look at it. We've been doing the same thing with our children. From the same time that Floyd been. In all 4 of these areas. And they about to go and testify. Through their deeds and actions. But you got to declare the independence. That's the greatest thing about this story. Nobody else had the vision to go and tell Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya and Don King and the boxing establishment. Show me your face. Show me your face. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar. The Creator says, show me the coin. It sees a face on it. All right, give it to him. But I created a whole economy off of my image. Let us make Elohim. He said, I created a whole economy in my image. And when you show me my face in the race that you run daily, oh, I'm going to hit you with my pavillionaire status. I'm going to hit you with my Havilah good gold. It's real. This ain't a metaphor. It's real. This ain't no analogy. This real. These ain't parables. This real, tangible. This is the fruit of tapping into it. And this only half of the fruit. This only half of the fruit. That's what it take, y'all. Go live the same life. Better. Higher than this. Even higher than this is his ideal. But these is the first 2 steps that it takes. This is the first 2 legs of the race. And we challenge y'all, come run it with us. Every single day, we trying to recruit and add new people. At least 4 new people every day to Team Dr. Life. Take the 90-day challenge. Every day, we got to go every day. We want 4 people to commit. Eat what we eat. Rest when we rest. Work out when we work out. Invest how we invest. Take the diet that we take. Fast from what we fast from. Eat and consume what we eat. We challenge you. For this upcoming generation and 2 generations below it, we got a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 5-year-old. We got all of the bases covered. All of the bases covered. And they all got their own specific 5-year track and plan. Each and every I don't care if you got a child in elementary, they can run the Just You Run race. That's my 5-year-old's Alien Nation name. If they in middle school, about to go to high school, it can run Predestiny's Call. The race of Predestiny's Call. That's the 13-year-old's Alien Nation name. We got everybody covered from the Generation X all the way down. Let's get it.